This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everybody. I am so happy to have you here. I know you all have a lot going on, but you're taking the time to be here. So, welcome. And I'm so happy that you are here. This is our June chat. And it seems like it has been a while since we've gotten together. So, I'm so excited to be here with all of you tonight. And so, let's see here. Okay, welcome. We already established that. The next thing, I am so excited. To me, tonight is a real treat because not only is our guest speaker amazing, incredible, she's also a really, truly dear friend. I mean, this woman, love her to the moon and back. Everybody says we're sisters from another mother, right? Right. So, Joanna
Absolutely.
has been a representative since 2007. So you are going to get expertise from somebody who is really, really, really great. She's an honor society member. She's a gold leader. Look how beautiful this woman looks here. So we're going to ask her a few questions and she's going to share with you her expertise. So I should have gotten water like you did, Joanna.
Do you want me
Okay.
to send Nathaniel?
Okay. Hubby, I need water. Okay. So Joanna is has been with us been with Avon, as you know, since 2007. So Joanna, let's just start with what brought you to Avon. Why don't we just start right there?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Linda. And everything you said is so true. We are, everybody gets us confused and thinks we're sisters. And, I wouldn't want to be sisters with anybody else. We have so much fun when we're together, and our hubbies are, they look like each other. So, wait, did he put it in a Guinness mug too?
No. He learned.
And so thank you. And thank you for everybody jumping on. Like Linda said, I know everybody's busy. So I joined in 2007. I worked for the corporate America for 16 years in the medical field, and I got laid off. I got laid off in February. And I always wanted to be at home with my kids, but most people have to have two jobs. So when I got laid off, we had the worst snowstorm ever. I got to stay home for 4 days. I didn't have to call the boss. We got to make cookies. We got to stay in our pajamas. And it was just truly where my heart was. My heart was with the boys. I have three boys, three sons. And so it was at that point that I'm like, oh, I've got to make this work. I've got to figure out something to keep me at home. And I tried some different part-time jobs in some doctor's offices and things, dentist office. And what I kept finding was they didn't care that you had a family at home or that you needed to check in. They didn't they didn't have they didn't respect that. Like, I still had young kids at home. I wanted to know that they made it home. And so because I didn't have that flexibility, I joined Avon in August of that year. And I found that I could sell things really quickly. So I sold Avon for 2 years. And I made a mistake though in the beginning, Linda. I'm going to share that now. I did not join the leadership program for 2 years after I joined Avon. And that was probably one of the biggest mistakes of my career, my Avon career. And so I tell all of my representatives, selling and being a leader, it's like riding a bike. You can do it on one wheel, on a unicycle, but who wants to do that? It's so much easier to ride a bike with two wheels. And so when you sell Avon, you can be a leader and bring in people and share what you love. But I just, it was the best decision I ever made to be able to be at home, to meet you, to meet so many other people that have become my friends, my prayer warriors. Just that we have a good group of people that support us. We are all on this together in a mission. When something's going wrong, we have how many people that are out there. We're all in it together and everybody's lifting each other. I don't know any other company that supports and lifts and finds a way to finds a solution together. You're not in it by yourself, we're in it together. And I think that's the part that I love most. I never felt that in the corporate America. I never felt that in my corporate job. I was never rewarded for the job that I did. And with Avon, we're constantly being rewarded, you know, whether it be an income, whether it be, you know, with leaders that, you know, because I brought in a leader, they're giving me 5, they're building my team, you know, they're giving me customers on my online store. I mean, who does that? Our online store is free. You know, those are all advantages that Avon gives us. So I love everything that that it offers.
Well, I know certainly I'm glad that you decided to join Avon because the company is much better to have a representative such as you be a
I,
part of the company, Joanna. I'm telling you.
yeah.
Okay, you're recognized as a top leader. You're also top sales. I know from being with you personally, I have seen you in action. I mean, no matter where you are, Joanna, you are flipping out your materials, you're talking to people, you're connecting with them, you are making that connection with people, and you are building your sales, you're building your team. So, would you share with everyone how do you do this?
Mhm. So, you know, I'm certain I do the same things that you do, Linda. You know, I cannot leave the house without 3 to 5 brochures ready to go. And I'm sure if you're all like me, your car just explodes Avon. I mean, there's Avon in the front, there's Avon in the back. Sometimes you can't get in the trunk depending on if you have a setup. There's Avon everywhere. But the one thing is I always make sure that I have 3 to 5 books with me anywhere I go. And if I don't have books, if I don't want to carry the books, if I'm going somewhere, I will have a business card. And the business card has the QR code on it. And just, you know, any way for them to have a touch point with me that they can get in touch with me, whether it be my cell, whether it be the QR code, whether it be my website. And I just always, you know, let me go back a little bit. When I first joined and I wanted nothing to do with leadership, Teresa Ficara was our old boss, and she had said something to me. She had said, we were in a 1 week to unit leader. It was called unit leader then. We were in a 1 week to unit leader meeting, and she's saying about going up and talking to somebody in the grocery store that compliment them on their necklace. I was so shy back then. There was no way I wanted anything to do with what she was saying I needed to do to be a leader. And I put my hand up in the middle of that 1 week to unit leader session, and I said, I didn't know Teresa. I said, this isn't for me. I said, yes, please. I said, I'm going to, you know, excuse myself. This is not for me. I don't want to approach people in the store. That's not something I'm comfortable doing. And she said, she had this little flyer, and let's just say it was something like this. And she said, she had a bow on it. And she said, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, sure. She's like, what if I told you that what you had to offer to people, thank you, was a gift? She had this little bow on this flip card, this 3 triangle flip card. And she said, would you want to help somebody? And I said, well, yeah, I like to help people. And she said, okay, then you need to change thinking. She said, what if the woman that you're talking to in the store, they're not going to walk around with a sign on their head that said, I don't have enough money for milk for my child at home. But what if you could offer them a gift that would help them and their family survive maybe a tough time, put groceries on their table, put a kid through dance, put a kid through whatever they were going through? She said, would you want to talk to that person then? And that hit a chord. And I said, absolutely. And she said, then maybe you want to stay. And so it was at that point that she challenged me for the next week to spend 25 hours in the field talking to 5 people a day and get 5 names and numbers. And it was that week that I did what we used to call hip time with the manager. went out and we approached this woman in the dollar store, and she left me. She kicked me out of the nest and left me, and I had to stand there and talk to this woman, and it wasn't so bad. And it was that point on that person joined my team. I became what would be a bronze ambassador at the end of that week, from talking to people, from having conversations. And I realized at that point that people will tell you anything you want, and sometimes things that you don't want to hear, but they need what I have to offer. So we may not have time, but there's something that I keep on the side of my desk all the time. And it's a poem that says, "Maybe she needs me." If you've never heard of that poem, please write that down, go to Google and look it up. And it's just amazing how we change lives by the people that we touch, by the people we come in contact with. So therefore, it's easy, and especially right now with the economy, people really are in need of what we have to offer. And I'll give you just a brief something that happened. I had this representative with me for 52 campaigns, and she'd never put in more than $50, $100 order. And just this last campaign, she has a $1,500 order. It's growing to 16, it's growing to 18, 2,200. I'm beginning to think that somebody snuck in and it was a false order like it used to be. Remember when we had those people not so long ago? And so I'm sending her a message and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, congratulations. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is amazing. Like, what changed?" And she said, "I had to have emergency surgery." She said, "And we have this very high deductible that I have to pay." She said, "So I figured I would try Avon and see if I could make the money." And she found that it was really easy when she offered what she had to the people around her, but she really never had really given the Avon the opportunity that we have, that so many people don't utilize because they don't have that need. They don't have that why. It's there, but they don't do enough with it because they don't need it. They don't have a situation that puts them where she needed the money. So she has realized what opportunity she has left go in the past, and is really working her Avon business now, and realize it didn't take her all that much time in a day to work it. So it was pretty amazing to hear that.
When you say that, Joanna, I mean, I've seen that happen so many times, and it always breaks my heart to think that once somebody gets to a very desperate mode, and we have both seen the examples over and over again, somebody gets to that desperate mode where they have to have money, then all of a sudden their Avon business, because they actually do work it, it explodes. They're the top of the company because they had hit a rock bottom. It's like, why do we have to hit rock bottom in
Right.
order to have that type of success? Why can't we just go and do it now earlier than when we hit that rock bottom? So that really, whew, that I I just hate that happens, that people have to hit rock bottom before they actually start working Avon.
Right, because there is so much to offer, you know.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, Joanna, I know that you are very active in your community. You're active in your church. You are active in being a member of your local chamber. So you are very passionate about people. I mean, Avon, non-Avon. I've been with you, like I said, you will run up to somebody and say, "Hey, do you want me to take a picture?" Because you feel like they need somebody to take a picture of their, so they can have that memory. You're very passionate about people. Has this helped you in your business? And if yes, would you share how it has helped you in your business?
Yeah, absolutely, Linda. Well, honestly, you can't believe I was shy, but I really was a shy person prior to Avon. And it's been Avon that has helped me grow in the person that I am today, but it didn't get here overnight. It's through self-development. It's through the DSW. It's through, friends like you. It's through everybody. but I think you have to every day get up and feed what you're going to feed for that day. You're going to feed a negative or you're going to feed a positive. So every day, I struggle with the same thing every day. Life can get us down, but you've got to feed the positive. And every day I'm developing myself. YouTube is my best friend. I'm listening or watching something every day that helps me to grow. And in that, it has helped me with the community because I'm able to have a conversation with a stranger and just get to know who they are, because everybody has a story. So the chamber mixers are so much fun, because they're people from the community that I wouldn't have known otherwise. So I get to find out what they do. I get to find out what business they're in. And then they get to find out what I'm doing besides Avon. People have heard of Avon, but probably the biggest thing that I hear is Avon still around? And I'm like, absolutely, Avon's still around. I'm a walking Avon billboard. And in the community, if there is I don't know if you guys have marketplace or what you guys have, in your community, sells once trades. But if somebody's asking who the local Avon lady is, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be Joanna Neiderhiser, because somebody knows somebody. And if that's what everybody should strive for, is there shouldn't be anybody within a 5-mile radius of your home that doesn't know that you're an Avon person. Go into a different business, just like Tim Brown does. Go into a different business daily, go into a different bank, go to a different gas station, go somewhere different and just introduce yourself, wear a pin, wear a button, whatever it is. As far as my church, we do, my husband and I are the youth group leaders at our church. And so we run a fundraiser every single campaign with the church. At first, when I started Avon, I wasn't so sure how I was going to handle Avon at my church, but ladies loved it. And then when my husband and I became youth group leaders, the profit that comes, from my church all goes back into an account, and we use it for our youth group leaders to take them to pizza or bowling, or it used to be our big trip. So that's how I have utilized it in my church, because it's kind of a middle ground there. I didn't feel comfortable profiting, so I put it back into fundraising for the church and the youth crowd. But as far as the community, I try to be at every chamber event with a new business opening, introducing myself and asking if I can leave brochures. And that's how I built my business around town. Yes, and especially at the local tire shop. And Linda, I think you've known this for a long time. Men don't like to shop. So for Mother's Day and for birthdays, I'm their go-to person of what, they say, well, what can I get? Or, ask them, well, what does your person like? What are you buying for? Who are you buying for? The one was a dog for Mother's Day. So I was able to make her a nice basket of our dog washes, our dog mist, our dog spray, the dog bottle. So that turned out really, really nice that I was able to make him a basket for her. And it was a $200 basket that he wanted. So I'm like, it's such a win. So no matter what business you have, hit a different business in the area. And even if you're traveling, always be prepared. And when you're traveling too, because just because you're not local doesn't mean they can't shop your online store and share the same thing. Carry business cards with you, carry a flyer, just something with your information on it, letting everybody know who comes in with 3 feet of you that you are the Avon lady and you want to share. Be proud out loud.
Wow, Joanna, that is absolutely wonderful. And you were asking questions, what does your person want? And then customizing that gift. So it's going to be very special and meaningful to that person. So, that's just, I hope everybody's taking notes, because Joanna, I've already been thinking, wow, there's a lot of really great info. People can just, what you have already shared, they can become extremely successful with Avon just on the
Mm.
tips that you've already offered. So, wow. Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank
the
you.
same,
Thank you.
and Linda, even if somebody's not out sharing and they don't have money to do brochures, you can do the same thing online. You can join a group. You can talk to 3 to 5 new people a day online. You know, I mean, you have to be careful, but join a group. Like, we love camping. We're now in a Blackstone group, you know, just different things. So join whatever you're passionate about. And it doesn't come off as salesy when you're passionate about, you know, what you're providing for others when you love what you're doing.
And yours, that you said that your word for 2023, growth. Joanna's helping us get growth here, right? Yours, that. Okay, so
Yeah.
fundraising,
And my
Joanna.
word was passion for the
Ah,
year.
okay, passion. Okay, we got growth, we got passion. Anybody else want to put in the chat what their word was for the year? I want to hear it. Okay. Fundraising is an area that a lot of people have interest in, Joanna, but it's difficult. So what would you share? Any advice that you have for having a successful fundraiser?
I think the most important thing when you have a fundraiser, because I've had good fundraisers and I've had bad fundraisers, you have to be, when somebody wants to do a fundraiser, they have to be as passionate as you are about the fundraiser. They have to be willing to share. They have to be willing to promote it. Different people have to promote it, because if I, as the Avon person, am promoting it, it looks like I just want that business. So when you share together and you toggle off of each other, they share and maybe a friend shares, you know, if there's a couple people in the group, you're tagging each other, and then each other's friends see the group. The other thing I do for a fundraiser that has been successful is I create a fundraising group, a separate group, that they can invite their people to. That way, it's not all going on the regular page. You're there because you want to be there. And then what happens during that is I share different products. So I'm able to go in there and do a live and share a different product in the group. And then they get to ask questions about that product. So that has been really successful in fundraising, is creating a separate, let's say, you know, I don't know, shoes, I don't know, shoes or us, you know, whatever group it is. And just invite everybody in there. And it's because you can do a lot more in groups than you can on a timeline. And then people they don't leave. They're excited to see what's next. Play games in that group. The same thing as a party, a Facebook party. You know, if you have a new person and you're in leadership and you have a new person, create a party for them. You know, have them invite their friends. When they get to 40 people, then do a little party in there. You know, it can run for 3 days, you know, because everybody's not available at the same time. Run a party, you know, do a little live about, you know, you and the person is new, introducing, asking questions, talking about Avon products, talking about leadership, talking about fundraising, because the new people have no idea what is available. And there's so much information on Avon U that sometimes we don't get to share it all from the beginning. But if you have 40 people in there and you're talking about what's available, it's funny how many times some of their friends call them afterwards and it'd be like, hey, I want to do this. I want to have a Facebook party. And it just keeps on going and going. And you've never left your house.
And growing and growing and growing just because
Yeah.
you share.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking a little bit about parties already, Joanna. And I know representatives either love to have parties or they don't. So for those here and anywhere that would like to have parties, I know that you and your team have done some parties, and from the pics that I see, you know, first off, you have fun. I mean, the pictures show you having fun, and I know that that's got to be a huge part of this. But what tips would you share about hosting an Avon party?
Well, in person or virtual or both. Which one?
Or whichever one you want to share, or both.
So I think that, I think everybody is craving just getting together, since we were cooped up for so long. And you don't have to have a lot of products. You don't even have to have any, really, if you don't have any. You can take a brochure. You can take samples, which is very inexpensive to host. You can do skincare, find out, what the group uh, is interested in. Do they want skincare? Do they want color? Do they want fashion? There's so many great pictures of our fashion online with different people and, from different sizes. And you can do any type of party that you want. But I find right now that virtual is probably the easiest because nobody has to get dressed. Nobody has to clean their house. Nobody has to provide food. And it is an inexpensive way to grow your business. And all you have to do is invite your friends over, just like we're doing now. So Linda invited all of you. Let's say you would invite all of your friends over. You may have a few products in hand, or you can just start with a book and you can share the $40 bundle on the back and tell them what is so great about that, explaining each product. But I bet everybody on here has 5 to 10 products in your house that if you were to set right in front of you, that they could do the same thing you do on Wednesdays with some fun, have some friends, and explain about those products and run some specials during that time. And it's amazing every 2 weeks doing that, what your business would look like in, let's just say, 3 months' time, how much it would grow, because people will get this book. And I'm sure they're looking for something specific and they really don't see what else is in here, like the cleaning products. I was able to clean today and it felt so good that I took a picture of all of the products and somebody sent me a message and said, "What is that?" And it's not that I haven't shared the cleaning products before, but they just happened to see the picture in my story that said hashtag cleaning made easy, and they wanted to know what it was. Now, I've shared it before, but they happened to probably need it at the moment and saw it and asked. So I think the biggest thing is, somebody, they're not going to buy maybe the first couple times from you. Somebody has to see something. Did you know 7 times before they decide to buy? 7 times,
Yeah.
you know? That's crazy. So that's one way to do parties. I mean, you can do parties in person, but you don't have to go anywhere to host a party. And it can all be done on Facebook, Facebook group, Facebook Live, however you want to do it. Just invite one person, have a book party, have her have a book party, invite some friends, and then the next person who wants to get some free products, have a book party, invite some friends. It's that simple. It's a great way to grow without leaving your house
And make new connections.
and make new connections and find team members.
Hmm. Okay, Joanna. So we've already talked about sharing Avon anywhere and everywhere that we are, and also sharing in the community. So you talked about fundraising and you've talked about parties. I know there are so many representatives that are striving to make Premier, make President's Club, even beyond. So to increase sales, do you have any ideas for Avon representatives to have more sales?
Well, the one thing that I have my team do every campaign is, so if you ask somebody to sell $10,000 in a campaign, they look at you like you have grown horns and you have, like, how am I supposed to do that, right? So I break it down every year for my team and for new people that if you just have a sheet of paper, a lined sheet of paper, whatever it is you want to do, and you put 385, which is what you need to sell every single campaign. And we used to talk about that all the time, but it's not something that is talked about as much anymore. So it's $385 in a 14-day period. If you take 14 days divided by 385, it's $27.50 a day. You set yourself a goal to sell $27.50 a day, and you don't stop until you sell $27.50 a day and you've reached your daily goal for President's Club. If you're trying to reach Premier and that's the level that you want to sell at because that's all you're maybe capable or that's what you want to do, then it's $13.75 a day. That could be one customer a day buying a mascara. It's that simple to reach your daily goal, but not enough people plan or put a vision in place to make it happen. You have to be intentional about what you're doing every single day in order to make that goal happen, because life happens fast. Things get in the way, you know, and it's really important, just if that's what you need to do every day, because President's Club is your goal and you need to earn 40% to make Avon profitable for you, then $27.50 a day is what you need to make sure that you make in one day. And that's what I teach, because it's such a simple model, but you have to plan for it because life happens fast.
Wow, you know, that's amazing, Joanna, and absolutely so true. We have to have that goal. So thank you for that. You have been a presenter at convention. So first off, congratulations on that, Joanna, because they only ask those who are the best. So, you know, you inspire so many. You always give rock solid advice. Anytime I hear you speak, Joanna, I'm thinking like I've watched you at convention, and it was like, oh my goodness, she said this, and I write down everything that you say, and then I get home and then I try it, and it's like, oh, wow, look. I mean, like one of the things that was like you had said, it was like asking people whether they wanted to be, you know, contacted by, you know, text, email, or um, um, text, email, or what was the other one? Our
Or
phone. Yes.
phone. Yeah.
Right, by phone. And so, and it was like asking that I would get a ton of responses versus like sending out some type of text and you don't get any type of thing. So you always give the absolute best advice. I always listen. With Joanna speaks, I listen. I'm telling you, because she does give great advice. So I know we both know how valuable convention is. I know we go and we get our cup gets full. So share with everyone why you feel they should attend convention.
Linda, I think it is the biggest investment that everybody should make. I know it costs a lot to go, but you don't, I mean, if you can go, go. If you can't go, make the investment to be on virtual, because there's always, like you said, so many wonderful Avon representatives up on stage speaking, like your fearless leader, Linda, who inspires me as much as we inspire each other. She's just always full of energy. I'm double cups of tea, right, before we're on stage, and just has the utmost energy. But if you can go, I think that's what it is. It's the energy of the people together, lifting each other and learning from each other, and the camaraderie that you get from convention, the friendships that you make from convention, people who stayed together that met each other for the first time are now lifelong friends, like us. We met in New York, and look, we've been friends ever since. I think that was, I don't even know, 2010, maybe 2011, something like that. It's been a long time.
Well, I'm very grateful that Avon brought us together. I know that
Yes,
much.
me too. But the information that you get, like you can hear something, and it's kind of like somebody not buying something, until they've seen it like 7 times. Sometimes you hear something so simple, and it's like finally a light bulb goes off, and it's like, why didn't I think of that? Why aren't I doing that? That's so simple, and it's working for somebody. So you get such great ideas that you can implement, because everything that somebody is doing, you can do too. They may just do it more. They may have done it longer, that everything that everybody does, you can do too. And you've kind of got to just figure out what is going to work for you. You know, maybe you can't work your business like Linda and I do full time. That's okay. Figure out what income producing activities you can do daily that are going to make the most impact for you and your business, because everybody's different. And I think that's the best, is that, you know, you can take all the nuggets from convention and figure out how to make them work. And plus, Linda, we get to see firsthand the new products that are coming out for fall and for Christmas. You get to try on the clothes, you get to see the stuff, you get to touch it. Somebody's telling you all about it at the product, what am I trying to say? Product Expo. Thank you, Product Expo. And I love that, because then, you know, your customers are saying, did you see this? And you can say that you did see it, you touched it, you felt it, you smelled it, you know, you put it on. And our customers buy us first. They're not actually buying Avon, they're buying you. They're buying you and what your belief is about the product that you're sharing. They're buying your passion. They're buying because they believe in you and they believe in what you're telling them. If somebody asks me if about a product and I don't know, I'm going to tell them I don't know. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's the best, because if I told them everything was the best, I wouldn't have any value in what I'm saying to them. So I love going in person. I haven't missed yet, which is so much fun, so much information. Make sure you bring a notebook if you're coming, because there's so much great information. You're taking notes. And you just learn so much. It's one of those things that I say about self-development. You are self-developing yourself just by going and hearing what others have to say, because it just resonates when you get home and you're able to put things in action and have an awesome fourth quarter. And if you can't go in person, make sure you attend virtually, because you still feel like you're part of it.
You know, and so Joanna, what like we were talking earlier about, somebody has to sometimes hit rock bottom. And then when they hit rock bottom, they start working their Avon business and they do incredible things. You know, sometimes I have heard so many times, I'm sure you have too, that people, they attend convention and everything changes for them in their business. You know, that light bulb goes off. So it's like, why wait another second? Go give yourself that opportunity, that those light bulbs can go off, because you know your team can hear from you, my team can hear from you, somebody else can come in, say the same thing but say it differently, that speaks to them at that given moment, and it connects with us. We get to hear. Plus, you can win. I mean, we all got excited when that woman won the diamond earrings. Is that what
Yeah.
she won? I
Yes.
mean, the whole crowd is like screaming. We're all so happy when people win
Yeah.
and get free stuff, and they raffle off stuff. They've raffled off cars in the past, and hey, somebody's got to win. It could be one of us.
And Linda, now there's a talent show this year and somebody can win $3,000.
Are you entering?
No, I don't have any talent.
We have to work on that. I know for one, I know you have many, many talents.
Are
Okay,
you
so
entering?
huh?
Are you
Well,
in?
I'm having to discover what that talent might be. So we might have to think about that one. But we want everybody thinking about their talents. I'm sure that everybody on this call has many talents as well. I know you do. Okay. So Joanna, you and I have built our teams. I know that, like the thing about Avon is that we can build our customers a customer at a time. And some people have like that golden egg. They know so many people and boom, they have this huge business from the beginning. I know that you and I, we did build our business one person at a time. And we not only love our teams, we love all Avon representatives. Any advice that you have for someone wanting to build a team? How do you find recruits?
So the 40 and 4, I do the 40 and 4 every single month. And if you're not familiar with the 40 and 4, Linda can share that with you, because I think we forget how many contacts we actually come in contact with daily. So I do the 40 and 4, and then I figure out who from the 40 and 4 can I create another 40 and 4? So the 40 and 4 is my warm list every single first of the month. And then I think, okay, well, who does that person know that I haven't asked about Avon, or that they haven't asked about Avon? And so that's one way, is to grow from your warm list and your cold list every single month, because it changes. And when I had a 90-day review, I'm 10 years in, and Reggie Rose gives me a 40 and 4, and I'm like, really? This is what you want me to do? You want me to complete this? Like, I've already asked everybody that I know. And he's like, would you just do the list? And I'm like, whatever. So I'm doing the list, and then he gives me the words. He's like, okay, so who do you know on there could use additional income? He's like, put a dollar sign beside that. And right now, everybody we know can use additional income. The prices have skyrocketed in the grocery store, at the gas, our kids, I mean, everywhere. Prices have just gone up everywhere. So even if, and we don't realize that $50 can be game changing every 2 weeks to somebody. That can be a lot of groceries at an Aldi's. That can be a lot of gas. You know, when we did the Dash for Cash, think about, you know, I had people, you know, I would say, so when you're spending $25, think about that Dash for Cash, what that $25 is getting you. And we would have them putting pictures into our group so that they could visualize when they won that $25 what it was going to buy them. So I think you have to just think about every single person as who is, as offering them a gift, like I said, because Avon truly can be game changing for people. We're all in different walks of life. I don't care whether you're a lawyer, I don't care whether you're a doctor, a nurse, everybody can use money. Maybe they need that money for their yacht, for the weekend. You know, gas is expensive. Maybe they're going down, you know, the Potomac, and they, you know, that they don't want to go as far because that gas. So everybody can use it. And we have something for everybody in the Avon book. It's kind of like a Sam's Club. We get a membership. We get a 25% membership as a new representative off of every single product that we can purchase as a new person. And I think that's something that, you know, is that we can share, to help other people get that discount off of what they're buying, so that that money can be used for groceries or something that a kid needs.
And Avon Perks. I mean, there's so
Yeah,
many
the perks,
discounts that
right?
we can get through Avon Perks as well.
Telling me before we joined, the go-to meeting is $19 a month. So, you know, I didn't know that.
No,
So,
what, a year. Yeah.
oh, a year. Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go join go-to meeting, and I'm going to let my team members know about that. But the insurance, I just got the thing today about the insurance. Maybe you know somebody who needs insurance. I just got the enrollment today about the insurance through Avon. You know, so there's so many perks that Avon offers us that we should want to share that with everybody we come in contact with. And I think the biggest thing is two things about when you're asking somebody if they want to buy or join. And when you're asking somebody if they want to buy, don't judge their pocketbook. Just because you can't afford it doesn't mean they can't afford it. If you haven't read The Go for No, pick that book up and read it, because if we don't ask them, they're going to spend their money somewhere else. So I love that book. But one of the biggest things when I'm out, if I see a woman with a child, because I wanted to be at home so much, I will just ask her, excuse me, could I ask you a question? And it's A Go for No is the name of the book.
Thanks, Joanna.
It's a very short book. It's a good read, and it's just amazing. It makes you think about how you speak to people and asking people, you know, about your business. You're welcome. What was I saying? What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I don't know. I forget. What was I saying, Linda?
Talking about the Go for No.
No,
And about, if you don't ask them,
Oh,
that
so yeah.
somebody else
So
will
whether
get.
it's don't judge their pocketbook. And when you're asking somebody if they want to sell Avon, never say, do you want to sell Avon? But ask them, what would you do if I could show you how to make some additional income without really changing anything you do? And that's been game changer. So a mom with kids, my number one question when I see them in the store is, hey, can I ask you a question? And nobody says no. Everybody's always polite. Are you able to be at home? Or do you work outside the home? And then I let her know that I'm with Avon. And it's amazing the stories you hear from moms that say, no, they have to work, or no, they wish they could be. And I'm able to offer them that gift, and they can choose then to build it and to make it possible to be at home with that Avon opportunity.
So we offer, we don't
Yes,
say, oh, this person might get, they might be a good customer. This person might be a good representative. We let them know, hey,
don't
if
judge.
you want to join us, you join us. If they don't want that, then of course we have these other avenues for them as well. But we let them choose.
Yep, don't judge.
And what you just said reminded me, because like when we're talking about team members, we we have had a few team members. I had a team member that she was a doctor, but she had a lot of student loans. That's why she joined. There was someone we almost I had a team leader. She almost didn't ask because the woman was a judge. Oh, the judge wouldn't need money. She joined because it was her fun job. She
Yes,
needed an outlet from what
yes,
she was doing. So again, it's not our job to judge, it's our job to offer, period.
right.
Right?
I have a 65-year-old lady on my team who is a mermaid and does competitions, and she's selling just to have the money for the competitions for the mermaid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
I've heard so many stories. Like somebody would join somebody's team and they said, "Oh my goodness, I would not have thought this person was going to do anything," and they're going through the roof. So it's not our job to judge. It's just our job to offer. Perfect point, Joanna.
Yep.
Any other tips that you would like to share, Joanna, or words of wisdom? You are amazing. I knew, I couldn't wait. We've been planning this for a long time. Schedule's been crazy, but so glad you were able to join us tonight. But any other words of wisdom you want to share that you haven't been able to share yet?
I think the biggest thing in business is just be consistent. Be consistent every single day with whatever it is that you are passionate about. If it's sharing the Avon brochure, if it's a product, be consistent with it. But also create the vision that you want in the future. It doesn't matter where you are right now, create the vision that you want. And then reach out to Linda and have her do a one-on-one with you, figure out how you're going to get there. Because even though you may not be able to see, maybe you want to earn $500 every campaign or every month. You can do that, but you have to put a plan in place. You have to have that vision. When I first started, I only needed to make $500 a campaign a month to stay at home. So I knew I had to make $500 how many years ago to stay at home. I wasn't driving. I didn't need clothes. I didn't need lunch. I didn't need all those extra things. I just needed $500 to pay, and I would do without just so I could be at home. But needless to say, I need a lot more now than that $500, um, to stay doing what I'm doing. And so as your needs and your wants change, recreate that vision, recreate what it is that you want and make it happen. Just like my girl who had a high deductible and was only selling $50 a campaign, sold over $2,000 in a campaign because she had a need. Maybe you don't have that immediate need, but if you want something more than what you're doing, there's a way to make it happen with the Avon business that we all have. It's just about figuring out what that is that you want. And when you get up in the morning, you win in your mind first. You either believe you can or you believe you can't. And you got to feed whichever one that you want for that day. If you think you can't, you won't. But if you think you can, you will. You can accomplish anything you want if you believe in yourself enough and visualize and put a plan in place and be intentional about it. Everybody on here can be and do anything you want with your Avon business because we believe in you and we're here to support you. And you have the absolute best leader in the world. So make it happen.
Well, Joanna, Cheryl just summed it up so greatly, and so did Yerizat. Cheryl said, such a wealth of information, tips, and new ideas for growing your business presented. Thank you so much. I'm going to need to see the replay so I didn't miss anything. I mean, honestly, there was a lot of information, Joanna. I mean, if somebody wants to succeed, there's the roadmap. You just provided it, okay? And then Yerizat says, thank you so much, Joanna. Yes, we do. This has been incredible, Joanna. You are such a gifted individual. You know, I know that you give 100% to your Avon business and you give 100% to everybody else as well. So it's my honor to know you, number one, just to know you. But thank you so much for coming on here, sharing with everybody, not only the team, but Team Avon. So I'm just thrilled about that. Anybody on here have any questions you would like to ask Joanna? If so, just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask. So true. Okay, so while we're waiting, Carla says, so true. I'm more afraid to create a team or offer someone to sell with me in my area. Fear competition. I'll lose my customers.
Mm-mm.
So, that's a great point, Carla. But honestly, like in my, like right now, like if you, right where I live, there's a licensed Avon beauty shop. Well, there's two places that have Avon, and I mean, like they're within a couple of miles of where I live, and there were representatives like within several streets. But at least in my area, there's so many people. Everybody's going different directions that it really has not impacted. It's just they're reaching people you would never reach. So, Joanna, you have anything to add to that? I'm in a rural area. Carla's saying she's in a rural area.
We do. I don't know, Carla, if you are familiar with Lydia Ozalinsky, but we were just on a call with her, and one of her people live in West Virginia, and there's 275 people in this woman's town, and she sells at Honor Society. And she brought on somebody that was like a mile away from her, and they're both selling very well because she knows other people that this woman was not reaching. So I don't know your situation, Carla, but it's something that you could have a conversation with Linda about and find out, you know, what your desires are, what your needs are, because everybody's needs are different. So maybe you depend on that money for something, and that's something that you and Linda can talk about. But there is usually enough business in in any area for everybody, because nobody can reach everybody. I used to have 5 people in my local Walmart selling Avon for me. One sold in the pharmacy, one sold in the deli, one sold in produce, because certain people wouldn't buy from this person and other people wouldn't buy from this person. So they all did very well in a local Walmart. So I think um, I don't think you'll lose your customers. Those customers may become the best team leader and make you even more income than you were able to make by that one customer, because they know people that you don't, and they're able to sell to people that you aren't. And it's a big world with the internet. So I wouldn't let that stop you if you want to join leadership. because leadership has so much to offer that sometimes sales don't. But that's a conversation that I think you and Linda could have personally.
The other thing that, that ends up happening, and it's so horrible when it does, is that, Carla, that's why I said I'm glad you were being honest about that. But people are concerned about that. You're not the only one. So people are not wanting to offer that Avon opportunity. So then what ends up happening? They reach out online, they find somebody, they join their team. Then the representative loses the sales and they lose that opportunity to gain a team leader or a team member. So the thing of it is that I think if we come in from a place of caring and sharing, what we do is we offer whether, the person wants to join our team, if they are in that mode where they're wanting additional money. And it might not even be money. They just might have their life might be like, man, I just would love to be recognized for something, I'm changing diapers. I mean, they just want to hear, hey, you're doing a great job. So people join Avon for a lot of different reasons. It's the camaraderie, it's the friendships, it's the recognition, it is the money, it can be the perks. Um, so uh, so if we're offering that and that's best for them, then that's the right thing for us to do for that person. And if it's not, then them being a helper, them being a customer, there's all these different avenues. What is best for them? Because if we're doing what's best for them, it's always what's best for us.
And Linda, I don't think there's anything worse than walking into an Avon meeting and seeing one of your Avon customers or a friend, and you're like, why did you not join under me? And the particular person has said in the past, not to me, but this happened to my friend, you never asked me. You never gave me the opportunity.
Right. We got to offer. We got to offer. Joanna, thank you so very much. I know that you had a super busy weekend. Your schedule is like it's been. I mean, even just to say hello to Joanna, I mean, her days, her nights have been incredibly full. So you made time, to be here with us. So we love you. We thank you, and it's been amazing. So everybody join me in saying thank you to Joanna.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. I love you just as much, Linda.
Oh, Hubby's in the other room saying thank you too.
Thank you.
Hugs, Mr. Hubby.
Thanks, Joanna. Okay,
right.
so let's
Thank
move
you.
on here. Okay, so we normally do the share your good news. We did switch it up tonight so that we wanted to get Joanna first. Who's got good news to share?
I
want to
do,
hear it.
Linda.
Okay, Catherine, what's your good news?
Saturday, I went yard sailing. I was looking for a bookcase. So I went to this house and I found what I was looking for. And I went up and I was talking to the lady and asked her how much the bookcase was. And she said, "Oh, you can have it for $5." I said, "Oh, great." So her husband put it in my van before I could give her the brochure or talk to her about Avon. He had put the bookcase in my van and he come back. He says, "Oh, you sell Avon. Do you have any Skin So Soft?" Well, I carried it in my van. So I sold 2 bottles to them right on the spot and picked up a new customer.
Hey, congratulations. Now, I know I had put this in our email, but go ahead and share in case somebody doesn't. How about at the cemetery? Didn't you in one day you got a customer because your sister?
I went to Colonial Beach. I went
Okay.
to Colonial Beach a couple weeks ago to see my family, and my niece just had a newborn baby, so went down to see the baby. And I have a couple customers down there, so I was taking their orders. Well, my parents' grave is on the way home, so I always stop by and check the flowers. So I was putting new flowers on my parents' grave, and I have just an ordinary sign in the back of my van. It says Avon with my information on it. And the guy come up to me. I was getting ready to get in my van, and the guy comes up to me. He says, "Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you." I said, "That's fine. I was just leaving. How can I help you?" He said, "Well, I seen your sign. You sell Avon. By any chance, do you have any Skin So Soft on you?" I said, "Yes, sir, I did," and sold him 2 bottles right there in the cemetery.
Mm-mm-mm. And your sister was helping you make deliveries and went up to the wrong house. And didn't you pick up a new
Yeah, she
customer?
went to the wrong house, and she Matter of fact, we were going to see a former rep of mine. She had to quit because of medical problems. And she had called my sister and said, "Hey, does your sister still sell?" I lost her phone number and I was looking for something. So we went in this mobile home park that's down at the beach. And she said, my sister said, "I think if this is her house." And she went up and knocked on the door. She said, "Avon's calling." And the lady looked at her confused and she said, "I didn't order any Avon, but I am looking for a representative." So my sister got me another customer down at the beach.
Yeah. Hey, big congratulations. That's absolutely
And
amazing.
I'm doing a show November 4th at Prince William Fairgrounds. I just found out. And they're going to have the Ghostbusters there as a theme.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
I have
Yes,
worked,
Joanna's
I have,
saying share everywhere you go. Anytime, anywhere, always ask. Yes, Joanna.
well, this group, I've done flea markets and yard sales with them, and they always contact me before they let another Avon rep in to see if I can do the show.
Oh, hey, well, that's absolutely right. Every year, new business. That's fantastic, Catherine. Thank you for sharing. Okay, who
Hmm.
else? Mary, I
Well,
see
I
your.
have some good news.
Yeah, you better share your good news, girl.
Now, can you hear me okay? Because something's
I,
wrong with my phone and my connection.
okay, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I purchased a refrigerator through the LG Partner store. And I am so thrilled.
It's
Yes, because
so
I have
beautiful.
been in need. We get these refrigerators, we have them for what, 20 years. Then they start to go. So mine started to go probably a year and a half ago or so. Like the temperature wasn't consistent, and then some of the stripping was pulling away, from the thing, so it wasn't getting from the door, so it wasn't getting a great seal, and I've had to throw out food. Sometimes I'd have to unplug my refrigerator for like half a day and then plug it back in for it to start working again. So it was terrible. So I've been saving for a while, and I've been waiting for a sale. So there was a sale in the LG Partners store back in March. And when I went on to purchase the refrigerator, the sale had just ended like 3 days previous. I was so upset. So I'm like, I'll just hold off and wait until Memorial Day, because there'll probably be another sale. And sure enough, there was. And I got the refrigerator that I wanted, and I am so happy with it so far. Knock on wood, but it's just a great thing. I'm really
Is it
glad
your
that we have access to that store.
Yes, and
Huh?
now you're on a mission. It's like, I need this, I need this. So you got your list going now, right?
Yes, I do have a list. I did make another purchase actually during the winter. I bought an air conditioner during the winter, and the reason why I did that was because the type of air conditioner I wanted, which was a freestanding, portable air conditioner, every year when I want to buy one, I- we tend to put that off, and then all of a sudden it's 100 degrees, and then you go to get one and they're all sold out. And so this year I said, okay, I'm going to, as soon as I see it available in the store, and I'm going to get it. So I got it in like February. I bought an air conditioner. So I'm all set with that. And that is actually, it's like fantastic too. I'm very happy with that as well.
So I
So.
know that you said
And
that.
like I said in my email, I need to get a washing machine, but I mean, I can't afford anything more right now. But I will be purchasing a washing machine and a vacuum eventually. But I'm
Well,
very happy with the service from the store. They actually, I want to add, when buying a refrigerator, it was free for them to haul away my old one. So that was a big thing for me. So sure enough, they came and took out my old one and put in the new one. And I'm all set and hooked everything up too.
the other thing is that you said
So.
like a lot of shop
Y-
compare because your money, you have to watch your money. You want it to go as far as you possibly can.
Yes.
And
I
you
mean,
can,
I don't have any other income besides my own, and I
yep.
save for this. And it's not, even though we get a discount, it's still not a cheap purchase. It's
Nope.
still, it's a major purchase, and I have a lot of stress about making major purchases because you never know. I'm thinking something's going to go wrong. Like even with my last refrigerator, yeah, I had problems almost right off the bat with that. And, so it's a stressful thing to do to make these large purchases. But everything went really smoothly and I didn't have to wait long at all. I ordered it and I had it within 2 weeks.
Wow.
So everything
That's
went well. Yep.
that's what I said. And I know that you did a lot of shop comparison and you said, oh my gosh, when they have these sales, you can't beat it. So, hey, congratulations, honey.
Right.
That's
The
wonderful.
same refrigerator at Home Depot. I saved probably $500 on the refrigerator. So
Say
that was
that's
a good deal. Yep.
amazing. That's me. Karen says, I'm at work at my second job. I'm listening but can't talk. My good news is, okay, Karen's got good news too. Is I got 3 new customers for Bug Guard at my son's travel ball game this past weekend. Then Skeeters are bad in Alabama and in Georgia where he plays. Oh, so there you go. She knows her market, Karen. That's fantastic. You know your market and you know what products are going to sell. So that's wonderful news as well. Hmm. Okay, who else? Cheryl, I know you have good news, so you better unmute if you can, because I know you have good news too.
Yeah, I did an event at my like outside my mom's house this weekend where I just set up a table. The entire town was doing yard sales at their homes, so there was like 30, 40 people that had chose to do that. And I did pretty good. I did pretty good for the weekend. Got some customers, sold a bunch of stuff. And also I had contacted 2 people over the weekend to do a fundraiser. So I potentially might do a fundraiser at an animal shelter and for the marching band.
And that came from setting up at the yard sale.
Oh no, that was just because I'm always thinking of other places too.
Okay, so you okay. Because the whole thing about like a lot just any type of connections that you have, whether it's a yard sale, flea market, wherever you're setting
Mhm.
up, a lot of times just by talking and having these conversations, you can find out the needs of these other individuals, which can lead to different types of business, whether it is that Avon party or is that fundraiser or having, a helper even type of thing. So that's
Mhm.
fantastic, Cheryl. I know that you're connecting a lot in your community and reaching out, and I think that that's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
Me and my mom have good news.
Yay, Helen, what's your good news?
So 2 weekends ago, right? It was 2 weekends, yeah, 2 weeks ago. We went and set up in front of American Grocery, and we sold over $350 in products.
Wow, that's one. Now, did you set up like for Mother's Day? Were you promoting a certain event, or you were just selling products?
No, it was the weekend after Mother's Day.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes, and we only paid $50 to set up, so it was pretty good. We got also orders to put online, and that took it over more.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yay. That's great news, Helen, for you and Miriam. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else have good news? Okay, if you think of anything, let me know. Okay. So here's the whole thing tonight. I know that we're getting close to our hour mark. Keeping your business simple. Simply share Avon. Aren't you just kind of getting that theme? We just need to share. It doesn't matter how we're sharing it. We just need to share. I was talking to a representative right before the call tonight, Brooke. I know Joanna, you know her quite well. And Brooke is on vacation with her daughter. She wanted to go away with her daughter and do some mother-daughter time. And so they are at a ranch, riding horses, getting massages, and having a really, really good time. But that doesn't mean that she still isn't able to share her Avon business because anywhere we are, Joanna, you said that earlier about, hey, you can be traveling and sharing your Avon business. I know, Joanna, you have picked up recruits, you've picked up team members, just sharing your brochure at the hotel, talking to whoever. So Brooke is at this, it's called the Dudes Ranch, I think. I don't know if that's an exact name of it, but this ranch is like 100 horses. Now, when I say horses, what is the first thing that you all think about? Do you think about that, like people make up that formula to keep, with the Skin So Soft bath oil and all of that type of thing? Um, she's at this ranch and she's in the gift shop and she's talking to the manager that's there. And there wasn't even any magical words. It's not like, here, I'm going to give you the magical words tonight so that you all can go out and build this. She just said that, hey, I'm an Avon representative. Do you have anybody servicing you? There was nothing magical. She just let her know she was with Avon, and she says, we used to have a representative, but we don't anymore. Guess what? Now they have a representative, and it's Brooke. So she is like over the moon, so excited. She's like, this is huge. This is really, really, really huge for my business. And it's just because she offered it, plain and simple. So, we just want to simply share our Avon. Are you sharing the sweepstakes? Are you sharing the free offers with the promotion tool? Are you connecting with people wherever you are? Joanna was talking about it. Brooke, she was connecting. Are you sharing the digital brochure and the traditional brochure? Are you getting follow-up information? Are you setting goals, both short term and long term? Because like that, Joanna, you just said it earlier about having goals if we know where we're headed. Are you picking 2 to 3 offers each campaign that you're going to share with everyone? Are you sharing products that everyone should have in their household? We have products that every single household should have in their home. Are you making sure that every one of your customers knows of these products? Are you sharing the Avon opportunity? We talked about that tonight. It's the right thing to do. Just offer, and if that's not the right avenue for them, then there's other opportunities with Avon as well. And are you offering solutions? Are you listening to your customers? Hey, I have crepey skin. Okay, they have crepey skin. Are you doing your homework, finding out what products that we have to help that person with that? Oh, I have dry skin. Oh, I have oily skin. Whatever skin concerns or whatever concerned, somebody says, oh my gosh, I get home, I'm so tired, the dishes are piled up. Oh, so you don't always can, do your dishes right away. So we have a spray you can spray on them that's going to make it easy cleanup when you do clean it up. So are you listening? What are the concerns of your customers, and whatever they are you offering solutions? Because that's where the magic happens, when we can offer our customers solutions to whatever it is. So are you? Uh, Father's Day is coming up. It's right around the corner. You may have some of these products on hand. I love sharing the live shopping opportunities with my customers. I love attending because when I attend, I always get all of this valuable information. For instance, they just did a Father's Day live. You can share that link with all your customers. They're going to see all these recommendations that Avon, Janine went out, pulled all these men. What is the ideas that they're wanting? And what's kind of cool about it is that, so I said, I always learn something because they have that pool of people that they're pulling in from. But then when I see the list of what men's favorites are, I start looking down on this list and I see a unisex. I see a bundle of products that you can offer for men that's right for women, and they're both going to love it. So there's a lot of unisex going on here. So yes, if you have these products on hand, you can offer them, bundle these together, let your customers know, hey, Father's Day is around. I have all of these products available. Let's get it. Or they can go online and order it. But you can see that we have a lot of products that men, whether it be for Father's Day or not, that we have available for them. Same with for females. Beauty influencers, they can buy products from anywhere. And these beauty influencers are coming to Avon and saying, please, please give me this. Meaning that there's all of these products that are out there, but they're finding that Avon products are the best. They love the Belief, the Aqua Bomb, the Jelly Cleanser, the Sleeping Mask, our vitamin C. I see why our vitamin C serum. It's different. That's the equivalent of 30 oranges, in that serum. The priming moisturizer. So maybe you haven't tried these products. Maybe you want to try them because if beauty influencers are saying, oh my goodness, these are the best of the best of the best, you're probably going to love them too. Then all of a sudden you're loving them. Guess what? You're going to be sharing them with your customers because then you're going to realize, wow, I see why they're talking about these products. I love them. My customers are going to love them. And then all of a sudden, if they're using these products, then do you hear something that's going to come next? Ka-ching. Joanna's saying the sleeping mask is amazing, especially if you don't sleep well. It does feel so great. So great on your skin. So if you're thinking about how to maximize sales, finding products that you can connect with people that they're going to love, they're going to come back and be reordering. That's going to be additional sales. They might share with people. Somebody might say, oh my gosh, your skin's looking so great. Well, I've been getting this from my Avon representative, and that can bring you in additional business too. I would definitely look at this list and think, maybe I need to be using these products. I need to be promoting these with my customers as well. So, calling all registered convention attendees, you can be a brand champion. I see Joanna, she's going for it. I already see it in her. Hi, Doris. I see you finally coming online. I was like, why is everybody being so shy tonight showing themselves? I didn't understand that. So I'm glad you finally came online there. If you rank in the top 10 in 2023 dollar sales or are the number one at an LABC for 6 of our most popular Avon brands, you're going to receive an exclusive product bundle valued at over $400. Now I'm looking at the individuals that are on tonight, and I'm already seeing, we don't have to talk to you about convention because you all are already going. So details are coming soon, but hey, there's going to be 6 categories. What category are you strong at? Start getting as many sales in that category as you possibly can. I think Joanna was talking about the health coverage earlier. This is just another avenue with Avon, being an Avon representative that we have at our fingertips. If this is something that can be of value to you, make sure that you check it out. Some individuals, yes, they have insurance through their spouse. Some of us, may not have that, and this program could be a big benefit. So, or it might be a benefit to be able to offer to somebody if they are without insurance that they might become a representative who can join for free in order to have this opportunity to have this at our fingertips. There's also the talent show. We've already talked a little bit about that. And I have been hearing there's been a consistent theme. Oh, I don't have a talent. So think about what your talent. How does that 3,000? Isn't it $3,000? I don't have that on the side, but isn't the top prize like $3,000? But so think about what your talent is, and you have just as much of a chance as anybody else. I would love for it to be one of us that actually earn that. So deadline, all videos must be submitted by July 7th. If you have more questions about that, reach out. I just want to make sure that I mention that. And if you are a leader, don't forget this goes through campaign 13. You bring on people, and Avon is having this allocation program. It can really, yeah. See, Joanna's doing the 5-5. It can really escalate and build your business. So we don't like to leave money. We don't like to leave recruits. We don't like to leave business on the table. So this is a great program, and it's running through July 4th. So between now and July 4th, how many people can you bring online, and how many allocations can you get? It is for bronze ambassadors and above. Live shopping. Like I just mentioned a little while ago, the live shopping events, I love them. I think it's great that our customers can shop and they do these extra little value coupons or exclusive offers for them. But the other thing is that we get to learn about the products. We get to learn why we want these products. our customers get to learn why they want these products as well. There's also a new representative. So if you're a new representative, there's a new representative training. We have the A-list. They're coming out. They're telling us about all the products. Knowledge is power. The more that we know, the more conversations that we can have with individuals. It's very natural. Joanna's wanting to say something there. Okay.
The person who needed the washer and dryer, these live events, if you have an order, you don't get the free shipping, but you get the free products. So you can take those free products, you can sell those products, put that money in an envelope, and buy your washer and dryer with the live shopping free product.
See, that's making this stuff work for you. And and that's what I said. I mean, it's nice that they're giving us these free products because we can use them. Our customers, if they're getting them, they might fall in love with the products, and then that's new loves for them as well. Great point, Joanna. Okay. I love this quote because it kind of just like ran with the theme of our meeting tonight. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. So all of us here have to know what is it that we want. Is it President's Club? I know that that's a category that a lot strive for. And then once you know what that category is, Joanna said it earlier, you break it down. Well, how much do you need to sell per campaign? How much do you need to sell by day? So it doesn't seem so overwhelming, but it keeps you on track of where you're wanting to go. So I thought that that was really, really great. Our next team chat, July 10th, we have another guest speaker. I cannot wait for that as well. It'll be at the same time as tonight's meeting. And that is, and oh, I only went 6 minutes over tonight, so yay. So I am going to stop the recording, and if anybody has anything else that they're wanting to say, but before I do that, Joanna, huge, huge, huge thank you to you for being a part of our team always and coming out here and sharing. So it was wonderful. I'm so glad you were able to stay on the entire time as well. So I'm going to, oh, and then I'll show everybody, this is what everybody who attended tonight, I will go back, I will look at everybody's name, but you see this right here, this is what I am raffling off. So if you attended tonight, you were going to be put in that raffle, and one of you is going to receive, and it's just, see, Joanna had said you need to take a notebook with you to convention, so yes, it is perfect size for convention. Oh, but Joanna, of course you're going to say, yes, that is perfect. How are you doing that? How are you so good to be sitting here and you're typing at the same time? You have talent, girl. Okay, I'm going to end this.